Well, hello and welcome to today's weather video, November 16th, 2025. We're going to go over the weather this weekend. We even had thunderstorms last night. I got to talk about that. We had thunderstorms last night. It's crazy. Nothing severe, but there were some thunderstorms out over Suffolk County that had some lightning, with a cloud to ground lightning, too. You see here that we have a little break of sun, and then the clouds kind of came in as we got, usual what happened today. But first, I want to go over what happened yesterday because we did have those thunderstorms that developed yesterday. So I want to go over that. We're just going to rewind the radar to last night. We may not be able to do it. We might be able to do it. Let's see. No, it looks like we can't. Wait, hang on. Maybe I can do this. Let's see if we can rewind the radar. So last night we had those showers come in and thunderstorms. Thought I saw lightning in the distance here in Nassau, but you could see that there was some heavy downpours. Most of them did not go over where I was. But see over Suffolk County there around 9:30 there was one, and then right around 9:30, 10 o'clock there was some thunderstorms that did produce some lightning with them. So kind of a surprise for some people. In fact, I got to pause this because I do want to show you lightning that somebody got. Yeah, so this is lightning that was captured on somebody's Ring camera, I think in Santa Mauritius. The lightning striking right across the street there. You see the lightning bolt. Again, another look at the radar from last night. You can see here that this is the lightning, that the thunderstorms that were over this area here. Holbrook, Terryville, right over the Pine Barrens, actually, they moved over. So it'll be interesting to see how much rain fell over there. But still, quite a stormy Saturday night for some. We didn't get any of that here in Nassau. We missed out on we had some rain, but it seemed like all the action was either in Suffolk or New Jersey last night as far as rainfalls go. We're going to look at those rainfalls right now, actually. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rainfalls that we had from the past, I would say, 36 hours across the area, and we'll see what we got from last night's rain. It wasn't really all that much in Nassau County, well under a quarter of an inch, but as you get to Islip, right around a quarter of an inch, 0.26, and as you get toward Hauppauge, that's where they had some of that thunderstorm activity, 0.34, 0.23 in Ridge, 0.27 in West Hampton. Not a ton of rain with these, but there was lightning. And we go further to the west. Let's see if there were any more areas that got a heavier amount of rain here. Not really, not very much in New Jersey. They didn't really see much at all from that rainfall last night. Now we did have wind advisories in effect for the earlier part of the day, and then they dropped them again. So, here's the wind advisory that was issued here. You can see wind advisory on the website. It was supposed to go to 1 a.m., but then they dropped it again. Typical of Upton to do that. They took too long to get the wind advisory up, and Mount Holly had it up way before we did, and Mount Holly looks like Mount Holly dropped theirs as well. Still kind of breezy out there right now. We still have that gale warning in effect as well. And let's go over those wind gusts here that we had. So taking a look at these wind gusts here that we had. Bridgeport gusted to 52. Connecticut, these are Connecticut numbers. Bethany gusted to 55 miles an hour. Newark Airport had a gust of 54. 55 mile an hour wind gust at Brooklyn College. That was at 3:20 this afternoon. Yeah, the worst of it was in the afternoon, I would say. Yeah, Bayville, 58 miles an hour. That was at 4:06 today. Massapequa Park had a wind gust of 51. And then looking at Eaton's Neck, 60 miles an hour. That was at 6:13 this evening. Baiting Hollow, 55 miles an hour. Islip Airport had a gust of 55 miles an hour at 6:43 this evening. Shirley Airport had a gust of 51 at 7:09. So you get an idea of when these wind gusts occurred, mainly in the afternoon, late afternoon, evening hours. We did have a lot of clouds around today, obviously. We had sun in the morning and then broken skies, and then the clouds kind of came back. We'll show you some pictures of the clouds I took today in the afternoon. You can see here, actually late afternoon here, you can see the clouds. Of course, I was hoping to capture some Virga, and there was some Virga, but it didn't make itself visible until after I was on the train, and I had to get this picture from the train here. You could sort of see, of course, not very good views here in central Queens. Central Nassau. But you can see the Virga here that we have. Look at that. That is beautiful. Take a look at that. That's an even better look at it there. From the train, I couldn't really get a better view. But that was some really beautiful Virga there from a shower. That was just off to our north. Really impressive. And then hit some pretty clouds as the sun was setting. So, really interesting. A few more sunset there. Yes, this is at Jamaica because this is the way I go to the South Shore. I take the train there, and then I go with the Babylon train. I would have liked to have gone out to Deer Park today, even though the sky wasn't that good. But I've been very depressed, so I haven't been able to. This weather has really been getting to me. It's cloudy days. Haven't had one sunny. You can see a little bit of Virga there and there. Again, look at that. That is the shower. And we are actually in Queens here. But that is the shower there. Beautiful. I wish I was somewhere more scenic. I left earlier, maybe. The sky got interesting as the sun was going down. It was kind of not so interesting earlier on, so that's why I didn't go anywhere interesting. But here's the satellite loop. And you see, again, plenty of clouds around, still rotating around this system here. We even have still some showers out there. Let's go look at the radar. We'll go to this radar here, and you can see there's still some showers. Some of these might be snow showers, perhaps, going across Long Island. Let's go ahead and look at the other radar here. So here's the other radar, and it looks like, some of these might be getting cold enough for some of these to be snow showers now. So, and this evening, the skies definitely got a little clearer. We'll show you actually at one point we're actually completely clear. This was over the Twin Lakes there in Wantaw. Beautiful. That was beautifully clear at that time. And then we had just some clouds start to come in a little bit as we were heading north. This is Wantaw Avenue. It's beautiful. Look at how well kept everything is. I mean, Garden City doesn't look like this. In Garden City, there's trees and tree branches all over the sidewalks. Hey, look at that. It's pristine in Wantaw just because it's an enclave. And Garden City likes to think it's an enclave. I'll tell you the truth. Given the choice between living in Wantaw or Garden City, I'd pick Wantaw any day. Here is another look. You can see the clouds coming in. This is at one of the parks. There's so much open space to look at the sky. It's not like here. It's really different for sure. And also you can see the wind in the trees here. Also you can see the trees moving in the wind. So still windy conditions tonight. So anyway, just showing you what it looks like out there. It's a nice night other than being a little blustery. Let's go and look at our temperatures right now. And you can still see some winds gusting here, 24 miles an hour at Islip. We're down to 41 now. It was quite warm earlier on in the day. It was actually in the upper 50s. You can see it's still breezy conditions, 43 in Toms River. So let's go take a look at what things look like at Islip for the past couple days. I actually managed to get up to 61 at Islip today. That is very warm. And that was definitely this morning. So if we look at the temperatures overnight, you can see where the temperatures in the morning we gotten up there. We go. That 61 was at 10:30 this morning with a really warm west wind. And that's when the wind started picking up. And you can see the dew points dropping throughout the day. But the temperatures were really slow to drop. We were still 50 at 4:20. And then this evening we dropped into the 40s and the dew points are down into the 20s. And you can see some of those really strong wind gusts there occurring. And some of those occurred with the showers, too, that we had passing by as well. So you can see here really strong wind gusts. And now we're down to 41. And the dew point is all the way down to 21. We've actually had dew points down to the teens now. So some really beautiful dry air is moving in. But if you're hoping for clear skies with this dry air, well, the models had mixed results. So we'll see what we have when we look at them a little bit later. Let's take a look at what the highs were today. Again, these were all again earlier on today. We had highs again, well up upper 50s to around 60 over Long Island, and pretty much the whole area. Actually got even a little warmer if you were in Jersey. 63 Toms River. I wonder when that high was hit. And the lows are obviously the current temperatures that we have now. Let's see what when they hit that high of 63 at Ocean County Airport, which is again west in the Pine Barrens, west of Toms River. I wonder if they hit it in the morning. Yeah, it looks like they might have hit it in the morning. Let's see. Yeah, they did, because the temperature started dropping as we got toward noon. Yeah, but still a slow drop, But that high, well above what we're supposed to see for the day. So let's go and take a look at our climate statistics for the day. We have a local storm report actually as well, with a gust of the 58 miles an hour in Glen Cove. So I don't know. That's another gust there we have. And yeah, so quite a windy day. And again, Upton just took too long to get that wind advisory out. This is a constant issue with them. But here's what we have for Islip: a high of 60. This was as of 4 p.m. High of 60, 7 degrees above normal. The low of 50, 13 degrees above normal. But again, now we're at 41. So normal low is supposed to be 37. Still a little bit above normal. So 10 degrees above normal for the day. That will not be the case tomorrow as this colder air starts coming into the picture here. So let's look at our weather map, and you see there's the cold front, there's a high, but we've got this troughiness in the northeast that's going to continue to possibly keep some clouds around for us, and that is going to definitely be the variable here that we're going to have to contend with. So let's look at our models here, and you see again there's those tight pressure gradient. We'll first give an overview of why this is all happening. Let's go to the European model, and I'm going to use the 12Z run for this because I want to try to cover the rest of the month, or most of it at least, show you what's going on here. So start with the jet stream. You see there's that trough. That's going to bring the cooler air in, and then you can see, again, we start seeing a little bit of moderation toward the end of the week with possibly some chances for rain, and then maybe some ridging on the weekend, and then here comes another trough. And then as we get in the next week, we could have some stronger troughs toward the end of the month come in and bring even colder weather than what we have right now. So you can see there's a lot of blocking over Greenland. That's keeping the cold air coming down. So we have that for tomorrow. And then a little bit of it relents a little bit. We see some ridging toward the beginning of next week. And then here comes another trough as we get into next the week before Thanksgiving, and an even bigger one right after Thanksgiving. So right in time for the holiday season, it looks like some winter air could be coming into the picture. We'll look at the GFS as well. Again, I'm going to use the 12Z run just for consistency. GFS a little different with certain things, a little different with the things, but generally the trend is there for troughiness as we get toward the later part of the month. So if we go and we look at our temperature anomaly, which we'll go to the European here. Use this chart, and you see that a lot of the Arctic is well above normal, by the way. You see that, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later in this video. You'll see here below normal temperatures for the east. I've kind of got this zoomed out a little bit so you can see all the above normal temperatures in Canada. It's very concerning, but we do go well above normal before Thanksgiving. There will be a warm up before it gets cold, and then here comes the cold air as we get toward after Thanksgiving. And hopefully it doesn't go straight to the south again and we miss out again, because that same thing happened the last time. It was really annoying. We'll have to see how that all works out. But I will go over that chart, actually. Somebody, let me do it now so I don't forget. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm forgetting certain things. It's hard to remember everything because I got to go over a lot. So this is really disturbing. So this was something posted here. This is the Arctic climate temperature anomaly for the Arctic as of 15, that's November 15, 2025 at 12Z. Take a look at all these areas that are above normal, especially Greenland. So it's very disturbing. And this could be a precursor to possibly seeing a blue ocean event next year. So definitely all very concerning, even though you feel the cold air here. Globally, things are well above normal, especially in the Arctic, and that's very concerning. And that's going to lead to more unstable jet streams and things like that. So yeah, I did want to bring that up so I don't forget later, because I might forget later. It's entirely possible that I could. So Let's now go to the surface. We'll show you what's going to happen at the surface. We'll start with the European here. And let's take a look at the European here on the surface. And starting with tomorrow. So you see that pressure gradient. There's that low sitting over Atlantic Canada. Pressure gradient between the high and the low. So things will still be breezy tomorrow. And then the winds quiet down on Tuesday. We do have a system that's going to go to the south. Now it's going to be kind of close. Now originally this was supposed to be further to the south. So it could be some precipitation, some shower activity, some rain activity, most likely south of us. Late Tuesday night into Wednesday. At least it might bring some clouds. Then another high tries to build in, but you still got this front that could wind up stalling out. So the question is how much sunshine are we going to see Thursday or not with this front that's going to hang up here. And then as we head toward the weekend, here we go again. Friday starts dry, but here we go with another chance for some shower activity here. We're getting that ridge position and low pressures are riding now to our west, so that puts us in the warm sector, and then we're going to have possibly our next chance for some possibly heavy precipitation Monday night into Tuesday. This is a week from now with a really powerful low. This is a really powerful low that it's showing right around November 25th, a very strong low again, which could bring some thunderstorms, perhaps even severe weather. There's a V there, so when that cold down, that chill down that we're going to have is going to come with some severe weather, especially when you're having some warm air masses. And there's another really strong cold front on the weekend after Thanksgiving, and that's going to bring in some really cold air. Once we get to that, that's when we're going to start seeing some of the colder air. So that's what it looks like overall. So taking a look at the shorter range here as we go into this week, go to the HRRR here, and we'll look at the 0Z here, and you can see it's still dealing with, and again, a lot of this is lake effect as well. It's not showing it tomorrow, but I wouldn't. Again, we're going to look at the sounding here, 17Z, and you'll see, yeah, more clouds again. You see them touching. You see a little instability as well, so this is 17Z. And let's see, it's no better over Jersey. Maybe a little more of a gap there, but really, those lines are kind of close to each other. So that's a sign of we're going to have some stratocumulus. It won't be a completely sunny, clear day. And then for Tuesday, you can see here's that precipitation again. It's mainly going to go to the south, I think. Could even be some snow with it, perhaps even mixed. But it looks like it mainly goes to the south Tuesday into Wednesday. Looking at our dew points and wind flow, because obviously this is what you're seeing here, and this is much colder air. The dew points are really low. We're going to be in the 20s and teens, and beautiful dry air that we're going to have here. Notice the driest air is going to the south again. If you're in West Virginia, you're going to have dew points as low as single digits. And then as we get into Tuesday, the wind starts relaxing. You start seeing a little bit of a moderation there in the air mass. But the temperatures, they're going to be cold. So tonight we're going to drop into the 30s, and it will be with the wind, so no radiational cooling tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to struggle into the mid-40s with, again, a mix of sun and clouds. Probably we'll look at some more models. And then if the winds drop back Tuesday night, that's when we could see some Monday night, Tuesday morning, we could see some radiational cooling. And temperatures below freezing for everybody, and perhaps even as low as the teens in the Pine Barrens, perhaps at least 20s and 30s. From again, temperatures actually not even for 30s for probably my alley, but 20s for a lot of areas. It's going to be below freezing, upper 20s to around 30. And then Tuesday, again, mid 40s is all we're going to do on that. That's as good as we're going to do. And again, we're going to probably have increased levels of high clouds with that system off to the south. You can start to sort of see that in there, sounding there. So let's go and look at the sky cover. We'll go to the RGEM for that. I wonder if I have the full 0Z RGEM, and I do have the full 0Z RGEM. And so we're going to look at sky cover, and we'll first start with that. So here's tomorrow, and you see again that stratocumulus. Now, it all depends on where these lake effect streamers set up. If there's less of it, then maybe western Long Island gets into some sunshine. I'm hoping that there'll be at least a decent amount of sunshine tomorrow, and it won't be overcast. The Weather Service is just saying sunny. Of course, I think there'll be more clouds than that, given what the soundings are showing here. But it looks like we'll see some sunshine tomorrow, hopefully. I haven't been hiking in a very long time, and it's really messed me up. So here's Tuesday, and it looks like we start off clear, and then the high clouds will increase. Though it looks like over Long Island it should be hopefully staying clear, maybe. So, and Wednesday is the day we may be start having some high clouds off to the south, and then over Long Island they eventually would clear up. And then Thursday, forget, we're going to be in the clouds, high clouds overrunning with the next system approaching. And this is the RGEM. This is one particular model. So I'm going to go to the European now, which I know we don't have cloud output on, but we will go and we will look at the European and show you what things are going to be like for this week. So again, we stay in the northwest flow. You see the winds drop off a little bit tomorrow night. Yeah, they do drop off, maybe enough to have some radiational cooling. We'll have to go look at windy.com. And then Tuesday, we have, again, a lighter wind Tuesday, and then you see how the wind kind of backs off to the southwest there. There's that little system here to passing off to our south on Tuesday. This is the European, has more of a northeast wind, and this European might have a totally different view of things, which we're going to go and we'll look at windy. And then we have more of a northeast flow into Thursday. And then as we get to Friday, you can see that warm air trying to get in, and then a cold front comes through on Saturday with some colder air behind it. And if we want to go a little further beyond that here. Wow, look at that. This is a big change. So this is the 12Z. Look at the 18Z brings that front through. So the 18Z is more aggressive in bringing this front through for the weekend. So the weekend, we have to see what happens. Hopefully, we get this front through and we have nice weather on the Saturday maybe. So I'll have to see about that. But the temperatures are, again, tomorrow, going to be chilly. Tomorrow, Tuesday. Wednesday, we maybe see a slight moderation back up to 50. And then Thursday, right around, again, maybe low 50s. And Friday, we'd see our probably warm up with that warm air off to the south. But again, we'd have to worry about precipitation chances. We could see there's a boundary there. So that's what we'll have to deal with for this week, it looks like. And so anyway, I'm not going to go beyond that here. I just give you, I'm going to focus too much on the longer range. I know a lot of people are talking about it, especially frigid blast for Thanksgiving weekend. I'm not even going there. It's too soon to say exactly what's going to happen, but it looks like it's trending in that direction. So it kind of gives you an overview of everything here. We'll go ahead now and go to windy.com. And we'll show you, first of all, the winds, obviously. Will we continue to need wind advisories? This is the wind gust forecast. And as we go into tomorrow, the winds pick up again. So seeing some gusts, possibly 40 to 50 miles an hour. Yes, I think a wind advisory probably should be needed. I would not have dropped it. I don't know why they did drop it, or if they do drop it overnight, they're going to need to put it back for tomorrow because these winds are going to pick up once again because we still have that pressure gradient in play. And it's not until tomorrow night where the winds try to drop off a little bit. Will it be enough for radiational cooling? That is the question. I think its best chances are going to probably be over Jersey, where you see the winds lightest, maybe over Long Island, and then for Tuesday the winds definitely are a lot lighter, and then we have lighter winds as we head in. I don't think we have to deal with any strong winds for the rest of the week. No, it does not look like it, at least not for most of this week. So it's mainly tomorrow that we will have the wind risk for tomorrow, and just for fun we can look at what this is saying for cloud cover as well. So we'll put that in here. You see, this is showing plenty of clouds for tomorrow. So the RGEM, a lot of people clapping, but most of the other models are showing plenty of clouds around for tomorrow again, and maybe some breaks, but plenty of clouds. And then as we get into Tuesday, and then we got to worry about the high clouds coming in. This model is more aggressive than the RGEM with bringing them in. So that's when you have this different model disagreement here on what's going to happen. I'm hoping it's wrong. There's that system that goes by to the south. That could scrape New Jersey with a little light rain or maybe even mixed precipitation at this point. Temperatures will have to be watched. And then clouds stick around. And if this Euro's right, we're not going to see any clear skies at all this week because the front, it's just literally just playing with these fronts again. So this is what the Euro is showing anyway. Hopefully it's wrong, but that is what the European is showing. We can go to Ventusky and show the HRRR as well. And I will go back to Tropical Tidbits and we'll look at the GFS as well for that, with the clouds. You see there's It's really a. Let's go here to Monday. Oh, I wanted to show you the lows. That's right. I wanted to show you the lows too. I got one more graphic I got to show you. Hold on. I just wanted to show you the lows for Saturday morning, and you can see it was quite chilly. 26 at West Hampton, 30 at Islip, 27 at Miller Park. So there was some radiational cooling Saturday morning. So we did have some of that at least. So anyway, let me get back to what we're doing. See, I forget things, and I do apologize for that, but it happens, you know. No, we're not going to that yet. Let's go back to this. So this is the HRRR, and you can see plenty of clouds again for tomorrow. And then Tuesday, that's the HRRR we're looking at. Yeah, it already shows that high clouds kind of rolling in on us already. So, yeah, it doesn't seem like we can get any sunny days anytime soon. It's really ridiculous. It really is. Will we have sunny days? That is a question at this point. And you go beyond that, that's not the HRRR, it's the icon, which I'm not going to use. So let me go back to tropical tidbits. And we'll go look at the GFS 18Z run and just show you the cloud cover. This is not a high-resolution model by any means. You can see, again, there's the stratocumulus that we're going to have. And then by the time that moves out, then we're going to contend with the cirrus on Tuesday. So, you know, it's a crap pattern for clear skies. And then Wednesday, maybe if you go north, and then that's it. We're stuck in it, and then maybe by the weekend, maybe. I don't know. But this model not looking great either. So the RGM is the only model that's really, we have one model that's saying, all right, we're going to have good skies. I'll go to the FV3, which is the 0Z, a higher resolution variable of the GFS. And you can see it tomorrow, again, showing maybe there'll be a break in the clouds, maybe western Long Island, maybe parts of Jersey. It's really hard to predict. And then Tuesday, boom, here comes the cirrus. Rolls right in on us. So this is the problem, because this system here that should be diving further to the south is now making its way further to the north. And then we'd have to see what happens on Wednesday. So, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. All this cold air, and you can't get one day of sunshine. But when you got to understand what's going on with the planet is that we have a much warmer than normal Arctic, so that means more clouds. It's affecting everything. So these cold air masses, which are supposed to be clear, they're not clear. It's not normal. We're not supposed to have that. Whenever growing up, when the cold front came through, you'd have some clouds, but you'd have sunshine. It would be brisk and chilly, and the sky would be nice and deep blue. Those days are gone now. Climate change sucks. What can I tell you? Last stop, the Climate Prediction Center. Well, the next to last stop. Climate Prediction Center and the 6 to 10 day outlook has that warm up for next week. So you can see the warmth over the eastern half of the country, well above normal. Good chances for above normal, especially southeast, but generally good chances. And precipitation, most of the high amounts of precipitation will be most of the country except for the northeast. So precipitation will be near normal. We go to the 8 to 14 day. Unfortunately, it still isn't above normal. This goes 24 to 30. So they're not having that Arctic outbreak that everyone else is talking about for after Thanksgiving. At least not yet on the CPC. She well above normal in the east, below normal in the west, and above normal precipitation chances for much of the country, except the immediate east coast and the immediate southwest coast, where it just is near normal. So, it's not a great situation. All right, the last stop will be the Arctic ice, which we'll go over as well, being that we brought that up. Let's go and find that. And now that we should have full, because that government shutdown is over, so we should have full information. No, it says just non-renewed funding, so we still have the reduced. But look at this. So this is where our median is. Look at that. We are now below 2012 with Arctic sea ice extent at 15%. So all very disturbing stuff. Again, this is all part of the climate emergency we're in. But there's, again, due to non-renewed funding, several sea ice tools now. So there's no discussions anymore. And that you can thank you-know-who for that. So anyway, I think that wraps things up. You have a great night. And hopefully we can get some sunshine, because I'm going crazy.